welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this. It's like a rant slash story time. So if you care to listen, then stay tuned. So recently I was out grocery shopping and in Checkers, and just going down the aisles, picking stuff that I need, minding my own business. And then I noticed this guy starting to give me weird looks. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there's something on my face. That's usually my first reflex. Like, oh, do I have crumbs? Do I have something, on my face? So I check my phone and I'm clear. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I brush it off and go on about my business. And then he starts following me into the next aisle. And I'm like, okay, creeper alert. I walk faster into a really far off aisle, and then he starts following me there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I ask him what does he want, or do I just finish up and leave? So before I make up my mind to ask or not, he comes to me, bumps into me on purpose and just shows me a product. He just randomly picked something off the shelf and shows it to me. So I'm like, hi, can I help you? And then he's like, oh, sisi, oh, gubani gamalako, uvelapi, mhle sana. And I'm like, excuse me, I don't speak your language. Which I kind of do, I understand Klasa, but I hate it when a man approaches me with that I can get you type of mentality. I can woo you, I can this, and you're accessible. No, look at you and then look at me and then get a clue, no. So he came with this so all swa, I'm all this and that, and so I was like, no, you're not, bye. So then I'm like, so I was thinking that, but then I said, excuse me, and then he's like, and then he repeats it again in Kosa, and sometimes I let it slide, but this time I was just mad. First of all, you're interrupting my day. Second of all, you're bumping into me you want to attract my attention, or you want something from me, but then you're going to be arrogant about it. Just leave me alone, What is it? So then he's like, Nditi umhle gubani gamalako. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't speak your language. And then he's like, oh, why you don't speak Xhosa? And I'm like, oh gosh, do I need to get into this right now? Sometimes I have time and patience, but that was not one of those days. So I wasn't about to explain oh, I'm new here, I'm a whatever, I'm a foreigner, I'm, my whole story. So I'm like, okay, not everybody who's black speaks Xhosa, first of all, okay? There's black from everywhere. I could be black and speaking Chinese, I could be black and speaking Arabic, I could be black and speaking Creole. Why are you so narrow-minded? And then he's like, oh, are you from Zim? Are you Shona? And I'm like, oh my gosh, stereotype alert. Goodness gracious. They're so narrow-minded. This guy was like, okay, so if you're black, you must be Xhosa. And I understand that, there's an assumption because the majority of the people in this region that are black speak the language. You can kind of assume that if you come across a black person, they would speak it. But the minute they indicate to you that I'm not understanding what you're saying, you should automatically flip and be like, oh, okay, it's somebody else. They're not from here. It's a, different province, different country, different continent, whatever. But it didn't click. I had to hint him 3 times with the excuse me, and then with the I don't understand, and then still he has the guts, the audacity to ask me why I don't speak it. And I'm like, why should I? Am I a citizen? No. Am I a local? No. Am I Like, why do you not understand that you have the possibility of having tourists, visitors, foreigners, and just people who don't speak the language? I don't care if I was born here and lived here all my life, you know? It's a choice to speak a language or not. English is the official language of communication worldwide. So I understand that you hold dear to your own mother tongue, but excuse me for not speaking it and getting shocked for you insisting that I do. So I was just like, oh, please bye. Like, I don't have time for this, you know? If you're gonna be insulting or demeaning, because he was like, why? You know, like it's a disease. Like, why don't you speak my language? And so I gave it right back to him, like, why should I? Am I from here? Can you not hear my accent? Can you not get that I'm not from here? Can your brain not comprehend that I'm a foreigner? Duh. And then he's like, oh, I thought you speak Shauna. But then if you thought that, why didn't you straight up address me in Shauna? Why didn't you first start with Shauna before going to Kosa or English? Like, if you approach somebody and then they respond to you in a language, you should automatically know and assume and understand that that's what they're comfortable speaking to you.